Também muito. Ada right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of Flip the Script. I'm your man, Scripts, and I'm here with some wrestling news, and I don't like it, but we're here to talk about it anyway. Let's see who's all in the chat. First of all, we have Hellfire, my HR. How you doing? What it do? Federation Crew says, hey, RHR, Hellfire Kai. If you're not watching Hellfire Kai on Twitch, you need to do so. He's great at what he does. By the way, if you're new to streaming or looking to level up, check out StreamYard and get a $10 discount. There's the StreamYard link. It's also in the description below. Also, we also have my main man Mitch. He's in the chat as well. He says, "Let's go." All right. Thank you, Mitch, for being here. And let's see. And there goes Hellfire with the 5 flames that he gives me. All right. And there is his link for Hellfire Kai's Twitch channel. By the way, Mitch also has a couple of channels himself. As a matter of fact, he is the co-founder of the Hardcore Sports Network. So if you're not subscribed to the Hardcore Sports Network, I strongly suggest you do so. Many podcasters are on there, including myself, and also the People's Wrestling Channel is also on there. Great number of my friends are on there. And we do everything sports related, including wrestling. So, by the way, Hellfire, he says, "Hey, Scripps, are you still in the hospital?" Yes, I am still in the hospital. Um, I am just waiting on placement uh, to go to where I'm going to next. So, um, anyway, that's the only reason I'm here. But anyway, um, that's the reason why you don't see my picture, because I'm in the hospital. You know I don't want people to see me like that. So anyway, oh, let's get into it, shall we? Flip the script by hitting the like and subscribe button, share the stream, and chill with the team. Ring the bell for all notifications so that you never miss anything that happens here at the Scripps Wrestling Federation. And follow me on X and Twitch at ScriptsWF. Now, also, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe and hit the bell on the Hardcore Sports Network, because you never know what you can miss there on the Hardcore Sports Network, as we have 3 likes. That's awesome. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, uh, our next watch party, I hope, is gonna be AEW Dynamite. I'm hoping it's gonna be a watch party. When yet? Because we haven't gotten to that date yet. But I am very much hoping that it will be our watch party for Dynamite. Um, I will have to wait and see um, where I'm at and what the rules are. So thank you so much for being here as we get set to talk about some releases. Um, yeah, they're finally going to change SmackDown to 2 hours. That is another story I've got. But first, let's get on to the releases. Um, Here we go. First release, Bo Dallas. Oh my God. Here we go. Bo Dallas, Joe Gacy, Nikki Cross, Eric Rowan, Dexter Lumis. They were all released. All five of the Wyatt Six. All five of them. Now, I want to know how come they released them. Because that tells me how much they care about Bray Wyatt. Because I don't see how, I mean, these people ought to go, all of them. They ought to go to AEW and let AEW deal with them. I mean, my goodness. By the way, there are not six members of the Wyatt family. It's just or the Wyatt Six. There's just five members. The sixth member was Bray Wyatt himself. But anyway, it's Bo Dallas 1, Joe Gacy 2, Nikki Cross 3, Eric Rowan 4, and Dexter Lumis 5. That's five people. So anyway, all five members were released. And anyway, but that wasn't gonna stop them anyway because there's some more releases we got to talk about. But I'll tell you something else before we go on. I'm gonna tell you exactly where I think all of these are gonna end up. Bo Dallas, he will end up in AEW because Bray Wyatt was supposed to go to AEW before he joined back with WWE. Joe Gacy, I actually see him either in MLW or TNA, either one. Let's see, we got a comment here. People's Wrestling Champion, People's Wrestling Champion, my goodness. People's Wrestling Channel. Ricky J, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Acknowledge me, he says. All right. So, like I said, Joe Gacy, um, he's gonna end up either in MLW or in TNA. My pick there, and People's Wrestling Channel gets 4 flames from our HR. Um, the Wyatt Six will go to JCW. Vince Russo wants to hire them. Vince Russo ain't got the money. So, anyway, Nikki Cross, wherever Killian Dane is, or Big Damo, is where Nikki Cross is going to end up. I see Nikki Cross going to GCW. Same route Shotzi is doing. Well, that's good, but I think she'd go wherever her husband is. The Wyatt Six are going to fail without the production of WWE. That is, if they even go for the Wyatt Six gimmick. They may be going for a different, the whole different gimmick there. So, just because someone is without the WWE doesn't mean they can't be a success. I mean, take a look at Matt Cardona. Of course, he's in WWE now, but he wasn't for a very long time, and he ended up just fine. So, anyway, Eric Rowan, I picture him in AEW simply because he's been there before. Killian is in TNA. Last time I checked, the whole Sanity group is in TNA, and I won't be surprised if they regroup. I wouldn't be surprised either, actually. That's interesting. Joe Gacy uh, botches nearly every time. He's going to struggle getting work. Possibly, and possibly you'll never see him again. But anyway, we'll see. So, um, like I said, Eric Rowan, I believe, is going to go to AEW. Dexter Loomis, I'd see him going back to TNA. He was Samuel Shaw in TNA, and he did really well there. But that is the Wyatt Six for you. Now, on to more releases. Hang on one second. Uh, hmm. There we go. Sorry about that. All right, now, hope everybody didn't leave me. All right. Alistair Black. Alistair Black, I could see going back to AEW, and Zelina Vega, by the way. They released a man and a wife. Uh, in that respect. Oh boy, I remember Samuel Shaw. Good thing Christy Hemme left there years ago. Yeah, that's right. So, and Mitch says, let's go again. How about that? All right. All right, let's see. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. Selena Vega and Aleister Black, I think, would go to AEW. Um, the People's Wrestling Channel, here we go again. Let's see, what did he say? Black didn't want to take pins in AEW. He thought he was above it. They won't want him. That's not necessarily so. Um, I mean, take a look at CM Punk. CM Punk had differences of opinion with Triple H, and they squashed their differences, and now Triple H is doing what's best for business. Same thing that TK should be doing. Captain Sean Dean didn't want Malachi Black because he refused to lose to certain wrestlers. Malachi, or excuse me, Sean Dean is a extras coordinator. He has no input on who to hire, so it doesn't matter what he likes. But Punk is a massive name. Black isn't. I beg to differ. You put Malachi or Aleister Black in any company, and I guarantee you he will be a main event card player. So, um, also we got Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, both of the Motor City Machine Guns. Guess where they're going? Hope Malachi and Zelina go to AEW. That way they can reform the House of Black. Could see Zelina joining the Daughters of Darkness. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Punk is a multi-time world champion, levels above Black. Uh, I beg to differ again. Nobody is above anybody because this wrestling is a scripted sport. So doesn't matter what um, you're scripted as, whether it's a main event player or just an extra. You're still important to the role. So AEW for oh gosh, what are we on now? Oh, the Motor City Machine Guns. Yes, yes, definitely. The Motor City Machine Guns are definitely going to AEW. Although I wouldn't mind seeing them back in uh in TNA as well. They were treated well there, and I like to see people get it treated right. Apollo Crews, uh, Apollo Crews. I don't see him anywhere. I don't think we'll see him uh anywhere in the wrestling world after WWE. I'm sorry. He's not that good of a wrestler, if you ask me. Matter of fact, he is injury prone, so that's one reason why I don't like him. Um, let's see. Reigns is above everyone. Uh, a level never to be reached. No one will ever have more mania main events than him. That's because he was written that way. Ricky, you got to remember WWE, AEW, all that stuff is scripted. If Roman Reigns was not scripted to win a 4-year title reign, then he wouldn't have. And second of all, uh, yes, there are certain people still above him, such as Bruno Sammartino. No one will reach Bruno Sammartino's record. No one. So, people, Roman Reigns is just the modern day version of Bruno Sammartino. But I doubt very seriously that in this day and age, no one in the wrestling world will ever have an 8-year title reign. So, anyway, the one that surprised me the most, Kairi Sane. The reason why it surprised me the most is because she's in a storyline still and there was no payoff. They just released her. If I was booking it, Reigns would have surpassed Bruno. I'm glad you're not booking it. Um, but like I said, Kairi Sane should never have been released, and there's been an outcry of of messages to WWE about her coming back to the WWE. But from what I hear, she's already in Japan. So I picture her either going to New Japan Pro Wrestling or going to AEW and fighting in Japan, you know, because they do a dual contract thing. Waifu Kairi getting released surprised me too, especially she was the centerpiece of the feud between Io and Asuka. Exactly. That's what I'm wondering. I mean, that surprised the heck out of me. But by the way, please do not argue. I'm going to tell you something. This is my opinion, and I understand that somebody might have a difference of an opinion here. But Triple H is not to blame for these releases. I will say this again, Triple H is not to blame for these releases. Because these people that were released, they got a call from TKO. They did not get a call from WWE. So, who do you think was on the other end of the TKO line? It was either Ari Emanuel or Mark Shapiro. Those were the ones that wanted the releases, not Triple H. Exactly. Mark Shapiro and Ari Emanuel have full creative control over WWE. Triple H is just a figurehead right now. There is no power that Triple H actually has anymore. No, no, Triple H is not just as guilty as TKO because Triple H is just doing what TKO wants him to do. He was told to have certain, thank you, a certain number of money that he had to get rid of, and so he just chose whatever superstars would allow TKO to reach that number. You know, but it was TKO, Mark Shapiro, and Ari Emanuel that gave him that number. So if you want to blame somebody, blame Ari Emanuel and Mark Shapiro. So anyway, let's see, if Triple H says no to TKO, uh, he will be replaced by someone who has who has no knowledge of wrestling. What do you think Ari Emanuel and Mark Shapiro have? They have no knowledge of wrestling, but guess what? They have full creative control of WWE. They're the ones who have full creative control. You know the Pat McAfee storyline? That had everything to do with Ari Emanuel. Ari Emanuel is Pat McAfee's agent. Budget cuts needs to be abolished since 2023. Well, unfortunately, that's how every business works. I'm not just saying wrestling. I'm saying there's all sorts of businesses that do budget cuts. They call them layoffs. So it just so happens that in wrestling you see it on your TV. But anyway, but like I said, if Triple H doesn't do what they want him to do, they'll just find somebody else. In which, by the way, from what I'm hearing, that somebody else is fixing to be Vince McMahon. Hello. Hi.
How are you?
That's my nurse coming in.
Your
So
mom was here earlier.
yeah, she came to get some information from me.
Okay.
But anyway, I'll be right back after these messages. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just making sure you didn't need me for anything. Okay. All right. They can wait for a little bit. That's my chat room, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. Oh, I forgot to. Oops. Here I am. Okay. All right, I'm back. let's see what we got on the chat here. Uh, it's bad business. There's no decision on SmackDown. No division on SmackDown. Uh, no legit ones that matter. That's true. No tag division, no women's division really to speak of. The only one that really is a division now is the men's division. So I mean, I don't foresee uh 4 tag teams to be a division. Yeah, so uh but I'm like JD when it comes to that, merge the damn divisions. I mean, my goodness, you got a tag team division for Raw and a tag team division for SmackDown. Why don't you merge them? You know, and I understand that you know, you can't merge them because of the networks. But hey, why don't you do like Vince McMahon did back in the day and just have one network? But speaking of what I was saying before the break, uh, was that if Triple H doesn't do what he's told to do, he will be replaced. And who he's going to be replaced by is Vince McMahon. Because there is a rumor out that Vince McMahon is trying to buy TKO back from buy WWE back from TKO, and he wants to make it a private company, and he's using Saudi's money to do it. So that's not just a rumor anymore. That's factual information. He's he's trying it right now. He's in talks. So we don't know. Um, Motor City Machine Guns got wasted since last October of since like last October since October of last year. I can see Motor City Machine Guns renewing their rivalry with the Young Bucks, aka Generation Me. That's right. That's what I would say. Um, but anyway, let's see. After that, after Kyrie Sane, we have our NXT releases. That's Andre Chase. I was not surprised here. I do not like the Chase U faction. Never have. So Andre Chase is gone. Tyreek Igwe and Tyson DuPont, you would remember them as the group that was with Scorpio Sky. No, one Scorpio Sky. That's in AEW. I it was in it was with somebody. I can't remember who, but that somebody is no longer here. And anyway, after that somebody left WWE, Tyson DuPont and Tyreek Igwe um, fell by the wayside and were left over in Evolve. So that's the reason why they were released. Malik Blade, don't even remember him. From what I've been told, he's injury prone. That's why they released him. Dante Chin, didn't even know he still worked for WWE, but he's been released. And the one that surprised me the most, LFG season 1 winner Tyra May Steele. She's been released, which brings up the question why we have LFG to begin with. If the winners are going to be released less than a year into their contract. So, but let's see, Santos Escobar is another one that got released. He has been relegated to AAA. But let's see, did you know that Trick Williams used to dress as one of the men for Apollo Crews when he was the Nigerian prince? I did not know that. Anyway, let's see. Uh, okay. Okay, Santos Escobar. He's another one that surprised me because I thought, being that they have the AAA brand, they would want a lot of Mexican superstars. Santos Escobar is a Mexican superstar, so why release him? Then you got Zoe Stark. From what I was told, Zoe Stark was just uh told that she could wrestle again. And then on the day that she was told she could wrestle again, she got released. My goodness. I know she's injury prone, but my goodness, come on. This makes you wonder if the people from WWEID, including Lizzie, is safe, or including Izzy is safe. Yeah, I understand. Nobody is safe, actually. Nobody. Um, Cody should be released for being the king of boring. I don't think they were going to release Cody. Like you say, he's a main event player. So, SmackDown going to 2 hours in June. I know that we're fixing to talk about that. Um, and hi, Mama Scripps. How you doing? Mama Scripps here. Anybody hungry? How about spaghetti and meatballs, garlic bread, and strawberry shortcake? Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, that was my lunch for today. But anyway, uh, that's what Mama Scripps has for us in the kitchen. So, and Mama Scripps gets 6 flames from our esteemed HR Hellfire. We've been going over the releases, Mama Scripps, and as you see, we're down to Zoe Stark right now. Strawberry shortcake, yeah. Strawberry shortcake. Anyway, so let's see. I'm going down. Trill London. Trill London is the next one down. Uh, I really have no idea who this guy is. Um, but he's been in Evolve for quite some time apparently. And Mama Scripps says she's been watching. That's great. Thank you, Mama Scripps, for watching. Um, don't forget, I will be doing my watch along. Don't worry, we'll be out of here in time. Um, I plan on doing a Raw preview right after this. So, um, Trill London was a total jobber. Okay, if you say so. I don't even know who he is. But anyway, Trill London was released. Luca Crucifino. You may know him from Tony D'Angelo's faction of the Tony D'Angelo family. He is now released. Tony D'Angelo has a different gimmick on the main roster now. So, or no, he's not on the main roster. He's the NXT champion. But anyway, Chris Island. That's another one I have no idea who that is. But he was from Evolve as well. Serena Linton. Another one I have no idea who it is. Also, you have Alba Fire from the Secret Harvest. And if Piper Niven doesn't hurry up and get back, the Secret Harvest is dead. Because I mean, Alba Fire's been released. Piper Niven's injured, so you know. Oops. I don't know what that means. Will Raleigh Sport, how you doing, buddy? Four Flames. Yep. Yeah, Trill London was released. We just went over him. High Hellfire says Will Raleigh Sport. All right. If you're not watching Will Raleigh Sport and subscribe to him on YouTube, go ahead and do so. He's great at wrestling chat and wrestling news. Also, going down the list, we have the last one to be released, Carly Bright. She was telling everybody on Instagram she has been released quietly. You will see her on season 3 of LFG. However, 2 days ago she was released from the WWE. So she's no longer on WWE programming, even though she is on the LFG season 3. Again, I wonder what in the world LFG is there for if they're going to start releasing LFG talent. Again, I reiterate this. We're going back to 2 hours in SmackDown. Ricky J has the call on that for the Hardcore Sports Network for all the SmackDown needs. So LFG needs to be canceled. I don't blame you there. You don't know what LFG is the developmental thing. Bully Ray is a coach. I know he is. I know all about LFG, but it doesn't mean a hill of beans if the LFG talent's going to be released before they even get on the show. One of my favorite wrestlers, KO, is a coach on there. Kevin Owens, awesome. I didn't know that. All right. And hi, everyone in the chat, says Will Raleigh Sport. All right. Let's see. But back to 2 hours, they say. So we'll see if that does any good for us as a brand and for Hardcore Sports Network as well. But that's the reason for all these cuts, because if you're going down to 2 hours, that means there's less time for people. Remember Tough Enough? They eliminated guys, got more star power than the actual winners. Yeah, I know. And if you remember correctly, Tough Enough got canceled too. But anyway, also, that is the only bit of information, a bit of news that I have, other than the releases. That is, Nikki Bella wants to be Raw GM. Once she's done with wrestling for good. More power to her if she can do it. But anyway, on to the Raw preview, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get out of here, Seth Rollins is going to start the show tonight. Wonder what he's got to say. Also in action, Penta versus Rusev. And I don't know if this is going to be for the title or not. I don't think so. Judgment Day versus Bayley and Lyra. Judgment Day being Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez with Liv Morgan in the corner. So, as we're getting dangerously close to the hour here, so I gotta get this ball rolling here. Becky Lynch will also appear. And in a segment, Roman answers Jacob Fatu's challenge. So we'll see if he actually gives Jacob Fatu a title match at the next pay-per-view. Also, Joe Hendry is in concert. So we'll see all about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy Raw. I'm gonna go over to Hardcore Sports Network and be in the chat there, along with our host Mitch. And anyway, shout out to Big O and Hologram. I will also see them there as well. Hopefully, I'm gonna go bounce back and forth between those two. But we'll see what I can do. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this Flip the Script. So I hope you enjoyed it. For the Hardcore Sports Network and Scripps Wrestling Federation, I am your man Scripps, saying, enjoy your wrestling and always put the Federation first. I'll see you next time, ladies and gentlemen.